Alright, welcome back to part 6 now of Let's Play Pokemon Blue. I just finished training my team. As you can see, I've got Charmeleon now, still at level 17. But Pikachu, Nidoran, and Spearow are now all at level 10. Pikachu learned a new move while I was training him Thunder Wave. It's worth noting because it's got 100% accuracy and it paralyzes your opponent, which is quite useful in battle because it halves their speed and also reduces the likelihood of them attacking you. So yeah, if you haven't encountered paralysis before up to this point, it's an incredibly useful status condition to inflict on your opponent, especially if you're slower than them. And reducing the odds of them attacking is always a good thing. Nidoran also learned Horn Attack. It's basically another normal attack, but it's slightly more powerful than Tackle. So now it just does a little more damage. And Spearow learned Fury Attack. No, it didn't. It learned Leer. My mistake. Leer just lowers your opponent's defense. Not very exciting. So, before we head into Mount Moon, there's one thing I want to point out, is this guy right here. He offers to sell you a Magikarp for 500 Poké Dollars. Now, Magikarp itself is completely useless, but it evolves into Gyarados, which is one of the best Pokemon in the game, and that happens at level 20. Now, the one he sells you at level 5, and really at this point in the game, there's no way you can level it up to 20. So if you want a Magikarp really early in the game, you can catch him like 2 cities from now. But if you really want one now, you can pay $500 for it and have the worthless level 5 Magikarp that can't do any damage. It's up to you. I usually will buy it and hold on to it until we get to the daycare center and have them train it to level 20 for me, because I can't be bothered to waste my time with this piece of crap. So yeah, I'm just going to buy it for fun. But I'm going to deposit it in the box, because, like I said, it's pretty much worthless. And I think this is actually the first time I've done this, so I'll explain the Pokemon storage system. You can only have 6 Pokemon with you. Any other ones you catch will get stored in this PC, where you can go withdraw them whenever you want. One thing to note, you can only have, I think, 20 in each box, and if you have 20 and you try to catch something, the game won't let you throw a Pokeball. You need to always have at least one spot open in your box. So it's really good that you keep an eye on that, because it's annoying to find something really rare and throw a Pokeball and the game's like, oh no, your box is full, you can't do that. So, that aside, let us now enter Mount Moon. This is the first cave we've been in, and if you've never played this game before, you will develop very quickly a love for Zubats, because they appear every 3 steps. And here's one right here. I'm going to avoid almost all of the trainer battles, just because Mount Moon's relatively long, and we can always come back and train against the other trainers, but for the purposes of this walkthrough, I'm just going to try to get in and get out. Let's not go downstairs yet, let's go down here. There's some good items you can pick up in this dungeon. Let's just walk around this guy. Another random battle. Hey look, another Zubat. I don't know if you're familiar, but there are lots of funny comics circulating the internets about how annoying these Zubats are, so if you haven't seen them before, you should probably do it. There's some entertaining ones. Anyway, as far as Pokemon is concerned, Zubat is pretty much worthless in this game. Its evolved form Golbat is fast, but it doesn't really learn any good attacks. In the second generation and beyond, it evolves a 3rd time. I guess the 2nd time. And that one is actually pretty good, but up until then it's worthless. So we just found a rare candy. It's probably the most popular item in these games. It just levels up whatever Pokemon you use it on. No questions asked. Later on in the game I'll show you a glitch that allows you to get 128 of them. Hey look, an escape rope. I guess we didn't need to buy the other ones, but oh well. So yeah, just keep going over here, avoid this trainer, probably fight another Zubat. Yep. The Pokemon that you can find in this cave, it's about 65 to 75% Zubats. And you've got some Onyxes, Parises, which is a really bad grass type, but its evolved form learns Spore, which is the only 100% guaranteed sleep-inducing move, so it's fun for that, but it's really slow. So it's not really that useful. And there's also Clefairy in here. It's a normal type with decent stats and a pretty diverse move pool, so it's actually If you're willing to invest TMs in it, it's not a bad Pokemon to have. And here we have a Moonstone. Probably going to use this one to evolve Nidoran once it gets to about level 23. I'll explain more on that when it happens. But Moonstones are like the Fire, Leaf, and Thunderstones. You use them to evolve certain Pokemon. You can only find them in Mount Moon, you only get so many of them. There's a glitch you can do that evolves them without stones that I'll show you. But that's not really going to happen for a while. So now you notice these people in black, they're the game's depiction of Team Rocket members. So, yeah, you'll be fighting a couple of them, because the Team Rocket subplot surfaces for the first time here. We're actually almost done with the cave. I didn't realize how fast it is if you avoid all the fights. But this guy you can't avoid, so let's just fight him here. It says something about looking for fossils. I guess that's why they're here. Spoiler alert, we get one of the fossils at the end of the cave. So it's at a level 13 Rattata. That's actually decently high level at this point, especially considering I only have one at level 17 and everyone else is at 10. I might have wasted my turn using Thunder Wave to paralyze it. I was going to try to show off the attack, but I didn't realize how much damage I would take from Quick Attack. But anyway, yeah. So now I'm definitely faster than this Rattata, because I have its speed from Paralysis, which just gives me a huge leg up in the battle. But of course it didn't actually work, so now Pikachu's dead. So I guess we'll switch in Nidoran. But against its paralyzed, I attack first, and that kills it. So now Nidoran's at level 11. Sweet. I wish I had Pikachu for the Zubat. Oh well. Guess I'll just Ember it. Leech Life is a bug attack that heals you for 50% of the damage you deal, but it only has 20 base power, so it is pretty much worthless, especially against a fire type that resists it. Yeah, so right up here we have to fight another trainer. Oh, look at Paris. This is the guy I was telling you about that learns Spore at a really late level. I'm not going to catch one because you can catch its evolved form at a really high level at the end of the game, and that's easier for it to get Spore that way, because like I said, it's slow, it only has one redeeming move, it's not worth having. Oh my god. Okay, Geodude. Geodude is, would be nice to have if you don't have anything bulky or good defense. The problem I have with it is you can only evolve it to its third state evolution by trading, which kind of reduces its appeal when you can't get the fully evolved form. So I'm not going to catch one here, but if you have a friend you can trade with, you should get a Geodude and fully evolve it into Golem, because Golem is one of the best rock types in the game, if not the best. So here this guy finds some fossils, which I guess is what Team Rocket was after, but he doesn't want you to have them, so he's going to challenge us to a Pokemon battle. He uses Pokemon we've never seen before at this point. Grimer is a poison type. So yeah, it's physically defensive, so use special attacks against it and you'll do a lot of damage. Poison types are annoying because obviously they inflict poison, which can really wreck your team if you're not quick about killing them. This is Voltorb. It's a electric type. It's incredibly fast. It's not the fastest Pokemon in the game, but it's one of the fastest. But it doesn't actually learn any electric attacks in this version, so that severely limits its usefulness. I may catch one to teach Flash later on. Flash is an HM that lights up caves. It's not really essential, but it makes your life a hell of a lot easier going through Dark Cave. Or, not Dark Cave, Rock Tunnel. But yeah, it's not a good move, so I'll just waste it on a Pokemon that isn't very good anyway. Alright, now he's using Coughing, which is specially defensive poison type. So here we want to use physical attacks like Scratch. maybe I have that backwards. Maybe it's especially defensive. I guess we'll find out. Oh, and here we go. Now it's poisoned me. So after every turn now, I'm going to take poison damage. Yeah, I guess it's physically defensive, not special defensive. So yeah, I'm just gonna kill it here. Now that I'm gonna leave Charmeleon with poison for a bit, so you can see the effects of poison. Normally I would just heal it right away, but we get a choice of one of the fossils. This one is the Helix fossil that gives you Omanite, which evolves at level 40 into Omastar. Personally, I prefer the Dome fossil, which gives you Kabuto and later Kabutops. Mostly because Kabutops looks awesome, but he's also, as a Pokemon, he's slightly better than Omanite. He's more attack-oriented than defensively-oriented, so... Yeah, you can see my screen is flickering every 3 steps. Every time it does that, Charmeleon takes 1 HP damage from the poison, so this is why it's annoying. As you can see, he's down to 27 HP now. So I'm just going to use an antidote, even though I'm really close to a Pokemon Center, just because the flickering gets annoying. So now he's no longer poisoned. I think I'm going to cut it off here. Next episode we will be in Cerulean Town. We have to complete some tasks before we can fight the gym leader, so that's what we'll do next time in episode 7 of Let's Play Pokemon Blue.